Hey folks, good morning. I'm your host, BKP. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. Testing some new background looks and things like that, trying to adjust some lighting. We're not the big, how about this? We'll make you a deal. We will bring you the truth. We will bring you quality programming on fyntv.com. And we'll leave the lying CNN disgraceful network. It's not a news network. Their lighting, and they got the money to get all their lighting and everything, and their studios looking real nice to lie to you. But anyhow, I'm your host, BKP. Long night last night, folks. Don't get upset too fast. Bear with me today. Went to a Lumpkin County. I've never been to a Lumpkin County Board of Education meeting. Never have, okay? And I went to one last night, and oh my gosh, and then by the time I got home, that's at 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, folks, we're going to introduce you to the new Lumpkin County High School principal, 9 o'clock. 48 degrees, that is great. It's better than coming in here and seeing 18 and 19 on the screen, 8:02 this morning. If you ever want to contact the show, 706-889-9700, 706-889-9700, chief@fetchernews.com, and there are all the social media ways to follow us. Now, let me know, Josh, when you have that video ready, okay? You got it ready? All right, folks, yesterday. Now here's what we're going to do. Yesterday we had a whole lot of fun, okay? I know a lot of people really enjoyed poking fun at the media. We had a lot of fun yesterday, but that was the one day we had some fun. We're going to play this little montage. Many of you have seen this going around the internet. This montage here. There's so many different creations. You know, how many times yesterday did you click on something and Trump, the president of the United States, Donald J. Trump's head was superimposed on something and it was dancing, right? Yeah, it was all day long. It was enjoyable. But here's a little montage we want to play to open the show with the bombshell. The bombshell, always a bombshell. We talked about it here. Play it, Josh.
Donald Trump's done. He's done. There's no question about that. He's done.
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
Today is a turning point. Today was historically bad for President Trump.
Today was a turning point.
A turning point.
We're at a turning point here.
The beginning of the end for the Trump presidency.
The beginning of the end.
And breaking news.
We have another bombshell.
Mike Pence might have to assume the office of the presidency.
The call for impeachment.
Rumblings of the word impeachment.
Breaking news.
Another bombshell out of the White House.
I believe this is the beginning of the end.
I do too.
It's really the beginning of the end.
The beginning of the end.
He may be feeling the walls closing in on him.
All the walls closing in on him.
The walls closing in on him.
Breaking news, a new bombshell.
One astrologer says this means the beginning of the end for President Donald Trump.
The beginning of the end of the Trump presidency.
Trump will resign.
Trump is going to resign.
Is this the tipping point? I know we've said it over and over.
You think this is a tipping point?
And over and over.
This is a tipping point.
And over and over.
Breaking news, President Trump off the rails.
It was the beginning of the end today.
It's the beginning of the end.
It reminds me a lot of the last days of Nixon.
Breaking news tonight, new bombshell.
This is the beginning of the end.
The beginning of the end.
The walls are closing in.
The walls closing in.
The walls closing in.
Breaking overnight bombshell.
This is a very dramatic day, and I think it might be near a tipping point. Do you think this is a tipping point?
This is unbelievable. This is remarkable. Have you ever seen anything like this?
His presidency is crippled.
December 1st, 2017, you can mark it down. This is the day that everything changed.
We begin with the bombshell.
The beginning of the end?
The beginning of the end.
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 The beginning of the end?
In fact, if this were a football game, we're in the third quarter. May even be the beginning of the end.
We begin tonight with the bombshell. Donald Trump is in a lot of trouble.
Trump is in trouble.
The president will resign.
Another hour, another bombshell.
This is a tipping point.
Trump's going down.
This president could be impeached.
I do not think the president will serve out his term. Resignation. I don't think this president is going to serve out his term. Mr. Trump will not serve out his term.
He will not serve out his term.
No way, know-how.
Breaking news.
Absolute bombshell. I think Donald Trump is in trouble.
Donald Trump is not. He's done. And it's over.
It's over.
The wall's closing in.
The wall's closing in.
This is going to be the Achilles heel.
Breaking news tonight. I expect Trump to depart.
This week will be the watershed week.
Trump is in big trouble.
Trump's in a lot of trouble.
It's a sign of a terrified old man who feels the
Walls
Closing in.
The walls
are increasingly
Closing in on him.
Tonight, the walls
are closing in.
Today changed everything. This is the beginning
of the end.
today, the biggest
tipping point for the Trump administration.
What a historic day. The bombshells, they fell.
It's entropy and it's crumbling internally.
He's underwater. He feels
The walls closing in.
Could his testimony be a turning point?
We may be at a tipping point.
It's the beginning of
The end.
The beginning
of the end.
Another bombshell.
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 this is a bombshell.
It is a bombshell.
I am beginning to resent the word bombshell.
Me. All right, folks, that was a little long, but, you know, remember all those stories that said, sources say. Remember, sources say. And if this is true, new reporting from the New York Times, sources say, if this is true, Washington Post out this morning with another bombshell, if this is true, let's just say this before we get the day started. If we could not believe them yesterday, if we could not believe them the day before yesterday, if we could not believe them for God knows how long, remember that today. Don't get worked up with the media and what they're saying now. You could not believe them yesterday. Now they are running cover. They have not accepted. If you thought yesterday that the media would accept responsibility, if you thought yesterday that the media, that Nancy Pelosi, Adam Schiff, if you thought for 1 minute any of them would accept responsibility, apologize to the President of the United States, you were wrong. That's the only way I can say it. If you got up yesterday morning and you thought, I can't wait because this one's going to apologize, you're totally wrong. Sorry to say. They do not accept the findings in the report. We do not know the total findings in the report. Sadly, you and I understand how it works. It goes to the Department of Justice. The executive branch has every right to go through the report and claim executive privilege. You cannot release the grand jury testimonies. It's illegal. We do not make a habit in this country of exposing American citizens. You remember these? Let's not forget, you know, they want to fly up a picture of Michael Flynn and they want to fly up a picture of Paul Manafort and everybody here. Let's not forget, these are American citizens we're talking about in this report for the most part, with the exception of the Russians that they will never bring to trial, okay? But these are American citizens. If you give testimony and you're not going to be charged, we just do not go after American citizens or expose them in any way whatsoever if they're not going to be charged in any kind of crime or indicted. So let's not forget that. So we know they hand the report off. We know that they hand the report off to the Department of Justice. Again, the executive branch gets to go through and redact and claim executive privilege. Bob Barr, the Attorney General, has every right, according to the way it works, not the way the media wants it to work, or the Democrats. Bob Barr has every right to go through the report and write summaries of the report. Bob Barr has every right only to release certain sections of the report. That'll be up to him. Now, they're upset that Mitch McConnell is blocking the report. No, he's not blocking the report. Nobody's blocking the report. There's nothing to see. You can't wait to see what's inside a report that has nothing. You understand that? There was never anything. The media wants and the Democrats want the report for one simple reason. First of all, I can't go much further without this, okay? In the 30 years, however long the guy's been on the radio, okay? Now, obviously, they're not putting pictures of him up this morning because he was so brilliant yesterday. But number 12, okay, MSNBC, right out of the chute there this morning, they're going through conservative talk show hosts yesterday. Rush Limbaugh, and I'm going to say I average getting to listen about once a week running this business and doing my own show. But Rush, of all days, okay, remember, and I'm going to say this because I have to defer and humble myself, okay, when it comes to the great one, Mark Levin, when it comes to Rush Limbaugh here. But remember, like I said, one day we were on the show and I said, hey, you know what, that day after the election when Barack Obama became president of the United States, we all rushed to see what, no pun intended, we hurried ourselves along to see what and hear what Rush Limbaugh was going to say that day at 12 o'clock. It's an American standard for conservatives on many days, like yesterday, okay? Most of conservative America went at 12 o'clock to hear the great one with one side of his brain tied behind his back or whatever. But anyway, Rush yesterday had maybe in his whole entire career, might have been his top 5 show he's ever done, okay? He was on fire yesterday enough to where, let's see, number 13, MSNBC, Trump's defenders slam Mueller for not exonerating the president on obstruction, okay? So they left that door open, but keep in mind, okay, keep in mind the report that they want to see has nothing because there was never anything. There was never anything. Here's why they want the report, okay? They want the report so they could see if they could find some sentences from anybody interviewed that will get you to tune into their network or give them a reason to keep asking about obstruction and collusion. See, they've not accepted that there's no collusion with the Russians. I say this in all due respect and kindness to my conservative friends. If you feel that Mueller's report, now we know this, you and I pay attention to this, but Americans who haven't been paying attention to this, they could care less. They're buying boats, they're buying cars, they're buying houses, they're the rich of the rich are, paying money to get their kids into college, as they say there, okay? So anyhow, but Mueller was God's gift to the Democrats and the liberals and the networks for God knows how long. I mean, Trump was going to fire him, and we needed legislation in Congress to protect him. All the above, you know that. You absolutely know that. But if you think this morning, after their hero, Robert Mueller, okay, $20-30 million of money spent, and we named everything yesterday, if you think for 1 minute that they have accepted there's no collusion with the Russians, you're wrong. You're totally wrong if you think they've accepted it. Anybody, none of them have. I mean, Joe this morning, Morning Joe, we'll get into that a little later, talking about collusion. He put all everything up. CNN's doing show after show. We have proof of collusion. Well, I don't know what happened to Mueller. We're just going to have to go on to Congress and let them prove it because we got proof. Adam Schiff, all of them. So one, they feel as much today, all right, they feel as much today that there's obstruction. The group does, the deep state media and the deep state feel there's as much obstruction of justice today as any other time. They feel there's as much Russian collusion today as any other time. Nothing has changed. They're going to move forward. They need to see the bank statements. They need to see inside of his personal business. They're far from done. All right? We'll see what happens. Now, Lindsey Graham may have them a little nervous, and I'm going to tell you something in a minute, but they're looking for, let me say this in the report, they're looking for sentences out of the Trump Tower meeting, anybody that was interviewed there. They're looking for sentences out of the Trump Tower Moscow deal, any sentences there. Anybody that actually, if they could get up tomorrow morning and put up Steve Bannon and the Mueller report quotes this, this, and this. If they can get up tomorrow and start quoting anybody out of this report with 2 or 3 sentences to make a news cycle. You see, the New York Times will continue to write stories, and the Washington Post will continue to write stories. None of that has ended. None whatsoever. And they're waiting for the leaks to come out of the report so the Times can write daily and the Post can write daily, and it'll be nothing. So yesterday I was concerned of actually going around and saying the President of the United States has been vindicated. And then I thought about it, I was thinking all day, vindicated from nothing, all right? Rush was on target yesterday. I mean, this is the biggest American hoax, and the actual criminals, it's time now to investigate the criminals that initiated this hoax on our President of the United States. No one, absolutely no one would have been able to endure what President Donald Trump has for 2 solid years. I have come on here many a days. I've talked to my friends. I've come on here. I don't know how the guy gets up and goes forward. I mean, they treat him like a piece of garbage 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, no matter. He cannot get any respect. Benjamin Netanyahu, it does not matter where in the world he's at. If you look at his presidency, no matter where in the world this man has been, no matter what stage he is standing on, no matter who he has at the White House, he could have children. He could be doing something special for children at the White House. And a jackass like Jim Acosta will ask him about collusion, or Robert Mueller, or the Russian. I'm serious, it doesn't matter. The guy could have veterans, World War II veterans, at the White House. He could have special ceremonies. It doesn't matter. Relentless. And I thought, when Rush said yesterday, it's time to investigate the people that perpetrated this hoax, the people that come up with it's time to investigate the actual biggest, the largest coup attempt in this country, a takedown of a sitting president. If you think yesterday they've accepted the election results, far from wrong. You're far from right if you think they accepted anything. And I didn't want to call it anything and take a victory lap. We had a lot of fun with it. We had fun with it this morning. Rush was encouraging people like you and I not to get on the victory lap yet, but vindication. And I kept thinking about vindication. And I thought, is it appropriate, vindication? Can we say that yesterday the president was vindicated? And I thought, okay, let's think about that. The action of clearing someone of blame or suspicion. So, vindication, all right, he was cleared of any blame or suspicion around this. Proof that someone or something is right, reasonable or justified. Now, that's the other part of vindication that we have to do here, okay? Proof that someone or something is right or justified. So we need to prove now and get to the bottom and the true vindication of what they did to our President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. I got a lot to go over at 9 o'clock. Stick with me. I want to talk about Lumpkin County High School principal. This lady, we'll go to, before we go to break, okay? Let's see, where's she at? I had her here. You actually mentioned her name. Number 20. Another nonprofit? Stacey Abrams launches Fair Count? Didn't she launch Fair Fight? I mean, how many nonprofits are we going to end up having to have auditors go through? And when will she end up in jail? Nonprofit ahead of the 2020 census. Stacey Abrams, she's on MSNBC there. Boom, you see where it come from? Stacey Abrams launches Fair Count for the census. Oh my God. All right, folks, we're going to take a brief break. We'll be right back. Oh, no, one more. I can't hold myself. Number 40. You see this picture? All right. Yes, if you don't know who she is, we'll tell you right after the break and why she is cheesing. I'm your host, BKP. Stay with us. We'll be back right after these messages.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead. We're all about truck discounts at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Now save up to $14,000 off new Silverados or up to $8,000 off new Chevy Colorados. The new truck inventory is huge, but the discounts are even bigger with thousands in savings guaranteed. So when you think trucks, think Days Chevrolet in Jasper, the North Georgia Mountains #1 volume Chevy dealer, where new Chevy trucks cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in J next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in J next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and J, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
Welcome to Mountain Valley Motors. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat vehicles available, plus a wide selection of quality used vehicles. Located at 7535 Appalachian Highway in Blue Ridge, we treat the needs of each individual customer with paramount concern. We know that you have high expectations, and as a car dealer, we enjoy the challenge of meeting and exceeding those standards each and every time. Allow us to demonstrate our commitment to excellence. Our experienced sales staff is eager to share its knowledge and enthusiasm with you. We encourage you to browse our online inventory, schedule a test drive, and investigate financing options. Visit us online or call us at 706-516-1053.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Apologize this morning, out a little too late last night. Here are all the ways to contact the show right there. You can text me anytime, 706-889-9700, and that's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week news hotline. You can get in touch with the show. You can also ask if you want to be on the show. Just text me and say, hey, I'd like to be on the show. And there's the social media ways to follow us. Now, I want to go here really quick in Georgia for just a reason, because, you know, I hate to say I want to get this story out of the way, but this is behind the Mueller report in Georgia. And actually, don't forget the heartbeat bill in Georgia. The heartbeat bill made it out of the Senate and is back over at the House in Georgia House of Representatives. Number 40, all right? Okay. Yes, it's Karen. Do you know Karen? Her name is Karen Handel. How could you not know Karen Handel? Why, Karen Handel's campaign 1.0, 1.2, Karen Handel 1.3 or 3.0. I got it wrong. Let's start again. Karen Handel campaign 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. How many times will this lady run for an office? This lady has never seen an office in the state of Georgia that she did not want to run for. Now, she was elected in a special election in the 6th district. Remember Tom Price, the HHS secretary, picked by President Trump to do what? Dismantle Obamacare, and that is in the news this morning. But when he gave that seat up, there was a special election, and it was the most expensive congressional seat campaign in history. The DCCC poured the money in. She survived it. She became the Georgia representative from the 6th district for a day. She became representative for a day. They should have ran as, I want to be representative of the for a day. But anyhow, I don't forget, did she serve a year or whatever? And then a lady that doesn't even live in the district, that's my understanding, not going down going down that road, Lucy, I think her name's Lucy McBath, came in and kicked her little butt, all right? So I tell you what I was looking for. I was going to try to find a picture to put up of Karen Handel and Donald Trump, the President of the United States. I couldn't find one. Karen, I couldn't find a picture of you and the President. Karen, I was thinking maybe I would find a picture of you and the President when the President came to Macon the Saturday before the election for now Karen, Governor Brian Kemp. And I was trying to find a picture with you in it down in Macon, but I couldn't. So she is running again in the 6th district of Georgia, all right? And let's see, her campaign strategy is to go and fight with Nancy Pelosi, fight against Nancy Pelosi's crazy liberal agenda. Really? Karen Handel running for the 6th. I just want to say, what would get you to believe anything this candidate says as far as going to be a conservative voice in Congress? That's why you're not elected today, Karen. You ran for the President of the United States. Now, that being said, don't forget, I want to get off of there. Number 15. Michael Avenatti, charged with trying to extort $25 million from Nike. I mean, here he is. That's number 16, MSNBC. Avenatti arrested, accused of extortion scheme against Nike, embezzlement, and defrauding a bank. All right? Now, I think it's terrible the way CNN and MSNBC are treating the guy. Let's go to 30. CNN. Avenatti charged a $20 million plot. All right? I think it's really... Remember, this guy was the hero. Go to 36. Allegedly tried to extort more than $20 million from Nike. All right. Number 37 right there on CNN. Claims it involves some of the biggest names in college basketball. I'll go take $10 billion off your client's market cap. I'm not effing around, Avenatti said. Well, remember when, and wait a minute, you can't do an Avenatti story without you know who, and you have to have, you can't, wait a minute, it'll take just a second, no Avenatti story without none other than, I got it here, Yeah. Give me number 17. Now, this is the reason I wanted to do the Avenatti and Stormy Daniels here, because these are the credible news networks that introduce you to these people on a positive side. Remember that. Now, this is what word am I looking for? What word am I looking? I'm trying not to say something that I'm going to regret. But I think when you're a pole dancer and you take, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Let's see. Would it be inappropriate to use the word whore? I think it would, so I'm not going to say that. All right, anyhow. So, a statement from Stormy Daniels. Knowing what I know now about Michael Avenatti, knowing what she knows now, I am saddened but not shocked by the news reports that he has been criminally charged today. She's not shocked by them. Wait a minute. Let's see. She is the porn star that has to pay Trump back for, let's see. She is the porn star that they claim got payments of hush money that's involved with Michael Cohen. Interesting. But she's not shocked by the news reports that have been criminally charged today. I made the decision more than a month ago to terminate Michael's services after discovering that he had dealt with me extremely dishonestly. Really? Hell, you say. And there will be more announcements to come. So, go ahead and put up 16. So, Michael Avenatti, let's remember something, folks. These are two people that CNN, okay? I don't have the results, but there was a time when this guy was on like CNN 320 times or something like that, a nightly guest for all of them, and what was getting ready to come out and what was getting ready to happen, okay? And what he could prove. You remember CNN, MSNBC, ABC, all of them, especially those two networks, introduce you to these people as credible sources against who? President Donald J. Trump. They presented you, Michael Avenatti, as this attorney that was representing this porn star that Trump paid off through Michael Cohen. You see, Michael Cohen's getting ready to go to prison over bank fraud. Nothing to do. Michael Cohen's getting ready to go to prison over nothing to do with President Donald Trump. Now, they're trying to create these charges now in the Southern District, and we'll move on from this. In the Southern District, this morning, of New York, how much of that case surrounds this bozo and that bimbo? Bozo and bimbo, that's who they are. How much of that case surrounds the bozo and the bimbo? Remember, this bozo right here in the Brett Kavanaugh hearings for Supreme Court Justice, he had the girl that had a daily pass on Amtrak, the train lady. Remember that? The party at the train? She drove the party car. This guy made all of that up. But yet, don't forget, folks, it's interesting. If you watched CNN yesterday, if you watched CNN at 4 o'clock this morning, if you watched MSNBC yesterday, but especially CNN this morning, they got this guy as criminal number one. He is the number one most wanted man in America. They are going after him on that network. And you got to stop there. Wait a minute. Was it 6 months ago, 7 months ago? How long has it been since you introduced bozo and bimbo to the American people as incredible. Go back. Are you going to erase every single, what is the media going to do in all of this situation where it comes to the President of the United States? Are they going to go back and delete all these shows? I don't know. Just had to bring it up. Avenatti. It's very interesting. So, number 34, I just want to put this out here. Should the Mueller report be made public? 87% yes, 9% no. Again, brought to you by CNN. Democrats at a turning point on Mueller report with no criminal findings. How hard should they keep pushing? Should the Mueller report be public? Folks, polling shows that the American people don't care, period. Where did CNN find 87%? Where did they find that? Who did they poll? Okay? The American people do not care. I tell you what they do care about is you spent $20, $30 million of their money, if not more. They care about that. They hear that the president's vindicated. All right? No matter how you want to spin it. Now, let me say this. I'm trying to get which one I want first. She will be coming out, I understand, today. I told you every single day the Democrats will do what I call reveal a bombshell. They will put out, the candidates, the Democrat 2020 candidates, they will throw bombs out and see how they land, okay? Number 21, Kamala Harris unveils plan to give teachers $13,500 in pay raises. Wow. Now, here is the move right here for her. You don't like what I'm about to say. I understand that. This is actually a pretty bold move, maybe a pretty good move in blue states or states that are strongly represented by teachers' unions. Okay? And the blue states. Right now, what she needs is she needs all the blue states and all the support she can get out of those blue states, as she knows the teachers' union is a big blue marble that she would like to have across this country. So throwing out a 13, now it just leads me to wonder what somebody will do next, but she is going to unveil a $13,500 pay increase, okay? Now, let me say this, all right? This is where you get in trouble, but when you start talking teachers' pay, okay, I want to be clear. One, we support teachers. We love our teachers. We think the majority of our teachers are out there doing an outstanding job wanting to teach our children. But they work 8 months a year, folks. I mean, I'm sorry, you can get mad if you want, but teachers work 8 months a year. Am I correct? Is there approximately 4 months out of the year where they're not at work? I don't know. Or even 3, let's say that. But they work 8 months, 8.5. So, now I know what I'm about to hear. Well, we educate your children and you put, hey, I get it. But still, the reality is, most of America gets 2 weeks vacation a year. And they get a couple extra days around Christmas and New Year's and, 4th of July. But outside of that, they get 2 weeks a year for vacation, the majority of Americans. But then you lead us to believe that we're the bad people because we don't give you 3.5 or 4 months off a year with a salary that exceeds what we make. Just saying. I mean, I never understand. Okay, I'm going to run through. I've got one more before I take a break because I promised at 9 o'clock I'm going to do a Lumpkin High School principal story, all right? It's going to be take me about 15 minutes to do the story. Don't want to miss it. And then we will get back to political conversation nationally and statewide. Number 14, okay? Trump, time to look at the people who did very, very evil and treasonous things. Folks, it's time to stop talking about treason in America, and it's time to charge people with treason and hold them accountable for treason. Okay? It's time to. It's time to flush out the entire evil group. Hillary, okay? Obama, this goes to the White House. Now, this week, all right, my prediction is, I hope this week, we're only Tuesday, don't forget, we have the behind-the-door testimony released of Bruce Orr, okay, Lisa Page and Peter Strzok. Watch for the next behind. You think the Mueller report? Yes. Now it's time. So watch for Representative Doug Collins to release another behind-the-door, closed-door testimony from this corrupt bunch and see who's next. There's 2 or 3 more coming, and they may be coming very soon. Now, I want to go to number 25. Lindsey Graham says he told John McCain to give Trump Russia dossier to FBI. Now, Lindsey Graham came out yesterday and said that during his weekend, he played golf. Lindsey Graham played golf with the President of the United States Sunday, okay? And during the time of playing golf with the President Sunday, he promised the President that he would start an investigation looking into the FISA court warrant, all right? That's what we want to see. There's so much more. He promised that. Now, all I'm telling you is when it comes to a report like this, this is the same media that presented Michael Avenatti and Stormy Daniels as creditable people. This is the same media 2 days ago, months that's gone after your president for 2 years. This is the same media that still does not accept and is carrying the water for the deep state media. They do not accept the Mueller report. They still believe there's collusion, all the above. So be careful trusting what they're trying to spin here, okay? I think what they're saying is, this is before. The dossier, you got to understand, is before the, I'm going to call it the Trump-Graham friendship, okay? Remember, Donald Trump was pretty rough on Lindsey Graham during the primary. And remember that the President of the United States, candidate Trump, then gave out Lindsey Graham's cell phone number. Remember that? Publicly. I mean, he was ruthless. I mean, Trump was in it to win, okay? He was everybody that says that Trump wasn't in it to win, he was ruthless. He was there to win that election. So Graham ends up, and we don't know exactly what happened. We don't know exactly what happened, but the very close friend to John McCain ends up being, okay, the closer friend to the President of the United States. And at this time the dossier comes up, Graham and McCain are very close. So McCain says, hey, this is all that really, other people will know the details in depth. Hey, I've got this dossier. You better give it to the FBI is all I know. That's what I plan to do. And then at this point right here is a turning point for Lindsey Graham on John McCain. Right here is a turning point. So don't believe the headline. Lindsey Graham says he told John McCain to give the Trump dossier, Russia dossier to, okay, was Lindsey Graham aware of it? Did he know that McCain was going to the FBI? But consider this probably a turning point for Lindsey Graham as he starts to say, hey, I think I'm going to be with President Trump. This is wrong. Hey, I'm your host, BKP. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. I just want to say every single thing, and I think that's where I'm going with that, every single thing you see in the media right now, you have no choice but to question. Oh, before I go to break, this is how bad. They're hurting. Yesterday they were hurting, and last night they were hurting, and Rachel Maddow, they're all hurting out there. They're trying to figure out what to say and do, okay? And they're actually saying, well, maybe we made a couple minor errors in our reporting, but we still stand behind the credibility of our newspapers, our networks, our reporters, so on. And they put one or two people on to be critical of themselves. You know, you're sitting there and you're watching and say, "Whoa, I'm shocked he said that." That was all a setup. They got some people coming in, MSNBC, CNN. They got them on all the talking heads on those shows, and they got a couple of them that you don't expect saying things that are negative about themselves or their network. So you'll say, "I just didn't see that coming." Now, it's so bad, their credibility is so bad, and I'm not saying this is credible, that this is who they dug up at 6 a.m., number 23, all right? Now, Andrea Mitchell does not get up, put on the face cream, put on whatever she does there, and cleans herself off, dusts herself off after she gets up out of the dirt, and she does not come on. That's at 6 a.m. this morning. She joined Morning Joe and Mika at 6 a.m. trying to bring some credibility. Like people are watching and say, oh, Andrea Mitchell's on there. Okay. I'm your host, BKP. We're going to take a brief break. When we get back, who is the new high school principal at Lumpkin County High School? We're going to take about 15 minutes to do that story. I'm your host. Take us to break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead.
We're all about truck discounts at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Now save up to $14,000 off new Silverados or up to $8,000 off new Chevy Colorados. The new truck inventory is huge, but the discounts are even bigger with thousands in savings guaranteed. So when you think trucks, think Days Chevrolet in Jasper, the North Georgia Mountain's #1 volume Chevy dealer, where new Chevy trucks cost less.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Don't miss out on the March Madness sale at North Georgia Ford. That's right, up to $20,000 off on select F-150, $7,250 off on all the new Ford Focus. New 18 models are clearly red tag marked and drastically reduced. Again, price to sell again at North Georgia Ford. It's the place to be, so get on up there as part of the March Madness sale through the end of March. 0% interest or rebates available on most new inventory at North Georgia Ford. In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and LJ, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
Welcome to Mountain Valley Motors. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat vehicles available, plus a wide selection of quality used vehicles. Located at 7535 Appalachian Highway in Blue Ridge, we treat the needs of each individual customer with paramount concern. We know that you have high expectations, and as a car dealer, we enjoy the challenge of meeting and exceeding those standards each and every time. Allow us to demonstrate our commitment to excellence. Our experienced sales staff is eager to share its knowledge and enthusiasm with you. We encourage you to browse our online inventory, schedule a test drive, and investigate financing options. Visit us online or call us at 706-516-1053.
Hey, good morning from the office. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. And let me get my glasses here. I need a haircut, man. 48 degrees here. Is that correct? All right. Okay. All right. 9:01 this morning. Now, folks, if you ever want to contact the show, let me give you the information, the email address, the phone number. all the social media ways to follow us. Also, that phone number, if you text me anytime, day and night at that number, you can send a text message. You can call that number. Also, if you want to be on this show, you want to be a part of a segment or talk about something that we're discussing, text us there. Say you want to be on the show. Tell us what you want to talk about, and we'll have our producer get in touch with you, see if we can get you on the show. So there are so many opportunities for you to join us. Now, I want to go over to, we're going to get back to national political commentary. Is that what I do? It's like being courtside. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like, will I get sued if I say it's like Jim Nance? You know, courtside March. Is this March Madness? I think Sarah Huckabee Sanders tweeted out something with brackets calling it March Madness. That's pretty funny, and put everybody's name, all of the media personalities that made predictions about Russian collusion. But that's not why we're here right now. Last night I went to. This is a local segment of the show today. Last night I went to a Lumpkin County Board of Education meeting. Wow. Now, I picked my first one. I want to thank Hillary Gilreath for the great work she does for FetchYourNews.com over there on many of the stories that she writes. If you go to FetchYourNews.com and you click on Lumpkin County, you can find all of our content there for your county. So last night I went over to a Board of Education meeting because there's been a lot of news surrounding the Lumpkin County High School principal's job, okay? And last night there was a special called meeting for the public to attend and voice their opinion. So let's say this, okay? First of all, give me, don't mess these, well, I say it nicely, make sure we don't put these pictures up in the wrong order. Okay, we're going to go through this first. Give me number 3. Now, number 3 has the Board of Education there, Lumpkin County Board of Education, from left to right there. And the superintendent, Dr. Brown, is the gentleman that's not visiting the barber. I'm sorry, Dr. Brown. I mean, you know, he's just saying, okay? So he's superintendent of schools. Now let's go to give me the room. Give me number 4. I took a bunch of pictures of this one. I mean, the place is pretty much packed. There's Sheriff Gerard on the other side of the room. There were several people with law enforcement. Give me number 5. This is the back of the room, and it's going out into an overflow area. There's not an empty seat, standing room only. Now let's go back. This is this meeting last night. Let's go back to number 3, the Board of Education, and let me just say here, let me start with, and it's not in the order on the pictures, but let me just say, Mr. Bobby Self is the chair of the board, and he would be to my left? No. To my right? I don't know. I'll mess it up. Mr. Bobby Self is the chair of the board, okay? Then Mr. Jim McClure is the Board of Education District 3 member there. And then you have Miss Lynn Sylvester. She's the Board of Education District 4 member. And then you have Miss Craig Poole. Miss Craig Poole is the Board of Education member there. And then you have I'm sorry, that was an apology on my behalf. Miss Lynn Sylvester, and then Mr. Craig Poole. I'm sorry about that, Mr. Craig Poole. And then I think the last member here is Miss Mara Turner, Miss Mara Turner, and that's the Board of Education. Now, let me just say this, okay? So, here's what we know, and here's the reason that I put it up on social media, and see if you can follow me. If you don't, just tell me what you think. But this board here, and the reason I put on social media, and it's true, meet the new principal, okay? So I would think that a lot of people on social media, when I put up a post, meet the new Lumpkin County High School principal today, are very confused on confused on the direction I'm going. But Lumpkin County High School principal, the Board of Education, our sources tell us, planned not to renew his contract for next year, 2019, 2020, all right? Planned not to renew for next year. So what happens is, in the state of Georgia, all school teachers, principals, they have to be renewed, okay, every year. They renew the contract and give them a new one for the next year. And when they go through that, if they don't renew the contract and terminate the contract, it looks a certain way on their personnel file. Now, this is another thing, so it looks a certain way on the personnel file. I'm going to say renew the contract because terminate doesn't sound correct, okay? If you terminate somebody, and you terminate them now, they're done, okay? So the principal, the current principal, the principal today, this morning, Mr. William Billy Kirk at Lumpkin County High School, okay? I'm going to say it was never terminating him because they would have just said, we want you out of here. It was, sources tell us that the plans of the Board of Education was to not renew his contract, not reinstate, not renew his contract for 2019-2020, meaning that would go on his personnel, and after this year was over, he would be released to go and get a job somewhere else. Well, our sources say that, we're going to say it like this. So supposedly on March 11th, okay, the intent was for the Board of Education not to renew the contract for the principal, current principal, William Billy Kirk. Now, somehow, this is what we're hearing, somehow word got to. Now, how, we're not 100%. We are told what people feel is the way word got to Billy Kirk, but we're not going to say that considering we can't prove it. But we do understand word got to the principal, Billy Kirk, that he was not going to be renewed. Now, that does not look good on your personnel file. So here at fyntv.com, fetchyournews.com, we understand then William Billy Kirk submitted his resignation, because on your personnel file, and at this time, he pretty much is sure the board, it's a done deal, okay? There's a lot of questions here, and I'm going to get to them in a minute. There's pretty much, right now, he knows it's a done deal. Come March 11th, he will not be renewed for next year. He will finish the school year, he's gone, all right? So it looks better to rush in, get your resignation letter in before the meeting, so that way you don't look like you were not renewed on your personnel file and you resigned. Now that's something we need to talk about also, is why everybody resigns and why we never see the truth of why they're gone in most cases. So on March 11th at the school board meeting, I don't remember who it was, so I got to be clear, but a 3-2 vote, my understanding, a 3-2 vote, the Lumpkin County Board of Education accepted William Billy Kirk's, okay, resignation. That's what we understand. On March 11th, they accepted his resignation. Done. You're out of here. It's on your personnel file. We accepted the resignation. Now, let me just say one thing. When these Board of Education, when they gavel these meetings in, They're legal meetings. And when they make decisions, when they say, can I get a motion? Can I get a second? Can I get a vote? That is a legal binding part of that meeting that goes into the record. So when it's done and they say, can I get a motion to close this meeting? Whatever happened in this window from a motion to open, a motion to close, is a legal binding part of that meeting, okay? And everything that they make a decision on is now a decision made. So on March 11, the decision was made to accept the Principal Kirk's resignation. Well, that created, and through there's a lot of people saying that there was emails sent out, several things went on. That created a little bit of a firestorm through the school with some parents. Some people were upset. About hearing that he would not be the principal next year. So on March 13th, okay, the students of Lumpkin County High School planned a walkout. And a walkout, and then the, hang on just a second, I want to find another story. They planned a walkout, and what ended up happening is, our understanding is the principal would not let them go outside based on security reasons and everything like that. So they let them do what they called a walk-in, all right? They let them do a walk-in, and at the walk-in, they have a rally in there at the walk-in. Now, the school would not allow the media inside. FetcherNews.com and other local media tried to get in to witness the walk-in, but we were turned away, okay? We were turned away. After the walk-in, and the kids were rallying after the walk-in, another special call, now wait a minute, not last night, another meeting was called by the Lumpkin County Board of Education. And Dr. Brown, okay, asked for a motion to reinstate, now stay with me, reinstate Billy Kirk as the principal of the high school. Reinstate him. Because what happened is, after this rally and after some community things, I guess Principal Kirk thought, I got people in the community behind me. I'm going to rescind my resignation. So he rescinds it. He says, hey, I'm not resigning. I rescind it. Okay? So the principal rescinds. I'm serious, this is how this thing's going. He rescinds his resignation. Says, hey, I want to be principal next year. What do you say to that? Those are my words, is my opinion, all right? So they have a meeting, another meeting. Dr. Brown says, these are not quotes, okay? I'm paraphrasing the meeting, but this is all accurate. So Dr. Brown says, hey, Principal William Billy Kirk from the Lumpkin County High School has rescinded his resignation. Okay? So I would like to present to the board that we reinstate Billy Kirk for the 2019-2020 school year. Can I get a motion? Now, this I don't have accurate, and I don't want to say I don't have accurate, and I've got to get some more information. I was trying to put it together last night, got home very late, and we do have it on FetcherNews.com. But this is very accurate. So after that, there was a motion made. A motion, hey, let's reinstate. It died. The motion died. It went nowhere. You have to have a second for a vote. So when the principal, rescinds his resignation, that is legally on the books, the superintendent of schools, Dr. Brown, tries to say, okay, I would like for us to hopefully to make a motion to reinstate him. Okay, reinstate Billy Kirk. Motion's made to reinstate him, dies. No second, nothing, okay? So this is more out, there's more people in the outrage in the community, all right? Now, I wouldn't know Billy Kirk, well, I got a picture, but I wouldn't know him if I bumped into him, the principal, okay? So I'm not for, against, don't know why, but we're going to get to that in a minute. So more outcry in the community, right? They had a special called meeting last night, the Lumpkin County Board of Education. All right? So they allowed people to speak. All right? And again, let's just look at the packed house, number 4. Okay? When I say allowed people to speak, public comment. All right? Number 5. Okay? And here's one speaker. A lady has children, number 6, in the school district. And another lady has number 7, children in the school district. Number 8 is a student, testimony of how much the principal cares about the kids. And so that being said, go back to number 3. They listened to about 12 or 13 speakers last night with an average of 3 minutes per speaker give their opinion of Principal William Billy Kirk. So after that, they made a motion to go into executive session. Now what happens, I'll just explain, is a little boring, but when they make a motion to go into executive session to discuss personnel, they do not have to discuss individuals in front of the public, meaning they don't have to discuss the pros and cons and likes and dislikes, the personal stuff, maybe something that happened in the classroom, whatever. They do not have to do public discussion of that, but they have to come out and vote in public. That, if they have any action, has to be done in public. They go into an executive session and stay, folks, for 2 hours. 2 hours. All right. The lawyer. All right. This is a big deal. You got to have the lawyer because you've got a principal that you did not renew the contract. Then he finds out you don't want to renew the contract. He resigns. You accept the resignation. He rescinds his resignation. You don't vote to accept that you wanted to reinstate him. I mean, this has got the lawyer involved big time. They're behind closed doors, this group of 5, for 2 solid hours. 2 hours. All right? I knew what was going on back there. I could tell you what they were doing for 2 solid hours. I can tell you right now. They were figuring out every possible way and loophole to legally, if they could, keep him as a principal. Because I'm going to tell you something. They crossed a lot of lines that they have a problem with today, is my opinion. But 2 hours went by. 2 hours went by, and they finally came out and they sat down and they said, can we get a motion to come out of executive session? And when they said that, they said, okay, we would like to renew the contracts for the above people and give me number 2. And name William Billy Kirk the principal for Lumpkin County High School for 2019-2020. They rehired him. It's like a new hire. Now I have it on video. I videoed the entire thing. It'll be up this afternoon. The entire thing I will have up on our YouTube channel this afternoon that you can watch. And I went up to Dr. Brown after the meeting, and I don't want to say quote, because I didn't write it down, and I did not record this, but I said, Dr. Brown, am I correct that his resignation is still on file? Yes. Am I correct that he officially resigned on March 11th? Yes. See, that resignation letter did not come out of the folder. It's still there. So according to Lumpkin County Board of Education school system, William Billy Kirk did resign March 11th. It was not rescinded. And what they did to try to get around all of the legal issues they're possibly up against is not rehire him, new hire him, basically. He's a new hire. So seriously, you are meeting the new principal for Lumpkin County High School for 2019-2020. It's the new guy right here. He's the new guy. The old guy is the new guy, whether you want to believe it or not. Now, my question is, before I close this segment, there's a lot going on here that is unanswered. Now, I do not know the Board of Education at Lumpkin County School System. Maybe 5 of the finest people you've ever met in your life. I don't know them. But I do know what they're under, because the vote last night was unanimous. Okay? I'm pretty sure all 5 hands went up in agreement to hire him as the new principal. Okay? And I do know your local Board of Education gets state pressure like you would not believe, state and federal pressure that is enormous on them. Okay? You need to take your school systems back, and it's not just this one. But that being said, when you give 75%, in most counties in Georgia, for the most part, you're giving 75 cents of every dollar to your schools. Okay? Now, when is the last time you would pay somebody 75 cents and them say, I don't have to tell you anything? And they do. Do you realize we need to know, we should really know, and I'm going to use the word, why they were going to not renew / fire the guy. Now, fire is walk out the door that day, okay? But we need to know why you were not going to renew the guy. And if you're not going to renew the guy, okay, for good reason. See, there's 2 things. Either you were not going to renew the guy for no reason, okay, because last night we're hearing test scores, and I don't know. I'm not bringing that to the table. But we're hearing test scores are up, graduation's up, and a lot of kumbaya going on, all right? Maybe the greatest guy in the world. But on March 11th, or before then, when you planned not to renew his contract, and he got wind and resigned, all right? Why? Why not? Because there's 2 things here. And I have to tell you, I'm pulling my damn hair out. I'm sorry, kids might be watching this. I'm sorry. I apologize. But either you were getting rid of a good guy or you brought a bad guy back. What did you do? I don't know. And if he's a good guy and he should be there, then why were you getting rid of him? And if he's a bad guy and he's, if he's a bad guy and you were getting rid of him, why are you bringing him back? I mean, don't you think before March 11 you left the door wide open for the citizens of Lumpkin County to say, and the parents to say, wait a minute, what was happening? Tell us why you were going to let him go. Maybe for good reason. On one day you're going to let the guy go, and on the next day you got him coming back. Not literally. There's a lot to be said there. There needs to be some answers. Somebody should come up and tell the people the truth. Now, I'm just saying, it's being I'm being very redundant. Either you hired back the bad guy that you made a pretty firm decision that you wanted gone, or you were dismissing the good guy for no reason. But something's behind that, and the public deserves to know. That's my opinion. The last thing I'm going to say is the resignation. Now, I don't like this. See, let me tell you something. Out here in the real world, okay, out here in the private sector, you get fired. You get fired. And when you get fired, then you go get a job. And your new employer says, why are you not at the last job? So he picks up the phone. He says, hey, why is this guy or girl, man or woman not working for you anymore? And you just say, hey, they're not eligible for rehire. And that tells you everything. But not in the public sector there, where schools, law enforcement, local government, okay? Watch and see how many get actually fired. How many? Law enforcement personnel files, school teachers, okay? Schools, government. No, they resign. So if there's trouble within the school, trouble within the law enforcement office, trouble in your small local government with an individual that actually should not be teaching, should not be working in law enforcement, or should not be an administrator, or should not be working in the small government, I think I got it all covered, they're allowed to resign, so they can go and teach, administer, be in law enforcement, work for small government in other areas, and all their personnel says they resign. Hey, I'm going to finish up. There's the new high school principal, 2019-2020, William Billy Kirk. Hey, what say you? Don't you deserve an answer? Why was he going on one day and now he's back? Meet the new guy. I got it all on video. It will be up later this afternoon, the entire meeting, and we'll be writing a story on that, Hillary Gilreath, this afternoon. I'm your host, BKP. Show them how to get in touch with us if they got any questions on this story, or they have any information. You have any further information on this story today, that's how you text me, call, email, follow us on social media. Take us to break, Josh.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead.
We're all about truck discounts at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Now save up to $14,000 off new Silverados or up to $8,000 off new Chevy Colorados. The new truck inventory is huge, but the discounts are even bigger with thousands in savings guaranteed. So when you think trucks, think Days Chevrolet in Jasper, the North Georgia Mountain's #1 volume Chevy dealer, where new Chevy trucks cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Don't miss out on the March Madness sale at North Georgia Ford. That's right, up to $20,000 off on select F-150, $7,250 off on all the new Ford Focus. New 18 models are clearly red tag marked and drastically reduced. Again, price to sell again at North Georgia Ford. It's the place to be, so get on up there as part of the March Madness sale through the end of March. 0% interest for rebates available on most new inventory at North Georgia Ford. In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in J next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in J next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and J, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
Welcome to Mountain Valley Motors. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat vehicles available, plus a wide selection of quality used vehicles. Located at 7535 Appalachian Highway in Blue Ridge, we treat the needs of each individual customer with paramount concern. We know that you have high expectations, and as a car dealer, we enjoy the challenge of meeting and exceeding those standards each and every time. Allow us to demonstrate our commitment to excellence. Our experienced sales staff is eager to share its knowledge and enthusiasm with you. We encourage you to browse our online inventory, schedule a test drive, and investigate financing options. Visit us online or call us at 706-516-1053.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Hold on, I'm looking for something here. Okay, so one more time, because we always like to show that. One more time, our phone number and how to get in touch with the show. All right, there you go. Anytime you can contact that, 7 days a week, 24/7. We are looking, while I have you on this last part of the segment, considering we just finished up a local story, a North Georgia local story in our Lumpkin County. Remember, can you go, Josh, can you put up our website with all the counties and let me just show everybody there? Even if you're nationally, I mean, I tell you the one thing I really like is I get messages. We get messages here from all over the United States that they used to live here, that grew up here, and this is the way they keep, I mean, from Iowa, all over the United States. So it's great. So that's why I show this. If you'll look there, okay, we cover, and those are websites. We cover Gilmer, Fannin, Pickens, Union, Dawson, White, Towns County, Murray County, Lumpkin, which we did a story. We did a story yesterday from Towns, and we're going to follow up on that tomorrow. Lumpkin, where we just did a story there. Rabun County is new. We are looking for a reporter there in Rabun County. Then we have Cherokee County, North Carolina, and Clay County, North Carolina. We have 2 North Carolina counties. We are looking for reporters. We're looking for people. If you're retired, I have to say it like this. We're not a piece of garbage CNN network. There you go. Sorry about that. I can hear it myself. I don't know what happened there that made that do that. Okay, sorry about that, folks. We're not a rich, wealthy, lying network like CNN and MSNBC. We do not have the money. We know where we want to go with our network. So if you're retired, I'm not saying, well, will you work for nothing? But I'm saying, will you work for nothing and help? Hey, if you want to get the truth out, if you want to do research for the company, you want to help the company in any way, and there are paid positions, don't get that wrong, and you want to be a part of FYNTV.com or FetchYourNews.com there at home, we are looking for reporters, sports reporters, and people to help us do research. So those are the counties that we're in right now. Come back to us. Now, while I've said that, FYNTV.com if you want to do a show, okay? So tomorrow we're working with Candace, and I say it that way because Candace is an outstanding person, and she really is. She's just a wonderful lady, and she, I guess now 6 months ago, wanted to do a show, and she'll tell you she's never done this, okay? There was a time I didn't do this. In fact, I still don't know why the hell do I do this. But anyhow, 6 months ago, Candace said, I want to do a show, okay? So she started on the All-Star Political Panel, just getting comfortable. And then about 3 weeks ago, we started launching episodes, and she's working into getting it together, moving along with her show. If you said, hey, I want to do a show, okay, contact me if you want to do a show on FYNTV.com. Or if you have an idea for us to go do a show somewhere or interview somebody of interest. Do you know somebody of interest? Former CIA executive living in the mountains? Oh, I'd love to do that interview. Anyhow, so there you go. Now, we know, and let me just finish up here for the day because we're getting ready to do our sports. Oh, tonight you got a baseball game. Fannin Rebels, GAC, that's Greater Atlanta Christian from Norcross. GAC's coming to town tonight, 5 o'clock. I got a baseball game. Looking forward to that. Fannin Rebels are 5-1. This is not a sports segment. I'm just so excited about that game tonight. All right, so we know the media. We know the media and the celebrities. They've gone crazy. No, I got to get my tense correct. They've not gone crazy. They are crazy. I got to get a hold. I tell you, I got home late last night, so my heres and theirs and wins and whys. But they've gone crazy. Okay. Now let's say it's number 9. All right. Francis O'Rourke hires from former Obama top aide as campaign manager. Is Obama going to end up backing Francis? That's a question. Go to number 18, New York Times. Francis O'Rourke hires former Obama aide as campaign manager. Now, here's what happened. I'm going to give you this. Here's what happened. I like to break it down. This guy's out there, and excuse me, folks, for what I'm about to do. This guy's out there flailing his arms, okay? He's flailing, and he's jumping on counters, and he's walking, and he's flailing his arms, and he's going like this and like that. He's going, I think he's bringing in a plane, all right? Okay, but anyhow, so he's out there on a campaign trail flailing his arms. Okay, so now that he's out there flailing his arms, all right? You mean my mic? How about that? All right, there's something sensitive here. We'll change that today. All right. Sorry about that, folks. Our mic, there's something sensitive in the cord. I got to change the cord out today. Apologize for that. All this out. But O'Rourke's out there flailing his arms, jumping on counters, and if he plans to be, okay, they know that this time, not Obama 2008, right? Social media 2000, it's not even close to today. All right? Everywhere he goes, there's somebody in the crowd doing this. All right? Now, I watched Governor Brian Kemp. And I went to probably in his campaign 30 different events. And I met the young lady, and I actually know her by name, that worked for the DNC. And all she did, I think she was with the Georgia Democrat Party. But her job, and she got paid, was to go to every single thing Kemp did. I didn't care if he was having a coffee talk, every single thing he did. And go like this. That's what she got paid for. Hold this phone up and go like that. All right? And O'Rourke, see, when Obama ran the first time, not that we didn't have video phones, but we didn't have Facebook Live. In 2008, when Barack Hussein Obama ran for office, we didn't have Facebook Live. You could not go in his rally and go like this live and then go like that. You couldn't do it. We didn't have any of that. We were not able to do, even in 2008, what we could do in 2019. It's enormous what we could do. The change in technology. So we know, you and I know, that Barack Hussein Obama was and still is an empty shirt. Always, he was created, okay, by the deep state. He was protected. He was circled. He had a circle around him of protection. All right, I'm just telling you, no problem whatsoever. Did he ever worry about getting one of those? Remember, the closest thing he came to something derailing him, who was it? Joe the plumber. Joe the plumber. When he wanted to spread the wealth, make it fair for everybody. Joe the plumber. That was big. That made Joe the plumber famous. There is a video or a recording of every single move they make now. So here's what happened right here, I'll tell you. Here you got O'Rourke answering a question Hey, can you tell us how you feel about third trimester abortions? And the young lady that asked the question articulated a very good, detailed question. And he looked and he said, okay, her question is third, and said, I want to give the women the right to choose. Nowhere near the question he got from the lady in the audience, the reporter, nowhere near. Guess what? You and I were able to see that he didn't come anywhere close to answering it, and he doesn't know what to say. The other day, he was asked a policy question. He never knows what to say. And then, here's the kicker. This is why you see this today. Let me explain why you're seeing this right now from an aide as a campaign manager. Okay? Now, what did I tell you on this show? If you will Google this, you will see. When he ran in Texas, right? He did his thing. He flailed his arms. He only used one line. He never had any substance whatsoever. But guess what? We were running nationally. Claire McCaskill was losing in Missouri. We were trying to get Ron DeSantis in Florida. Brian Kemp here in Georgia over Stacey Abrams. All over the country. And then the House of Representatives. So there was a lot going on. So, you know, the media went down, circled O'Rourke, called him a rock star, you know, kept him away from real policy issue or answering any questions. And he was able to just fly around Texas and say what he wanted. And he had no real campaign manager telling him what to do. But nothing he said hurt him because there was no focus. Now, if he wants to be the top focus, he can't do the same thing. So what happened is Beto got in a little trouble, Francis Beto O'Rourke, right? He got in a little trouble because 2 days ago or this past weekend, all right, he's not in a comic book. The guy's running around like he's a comic book hero. I swear to God. But what happened 2 days ago or a couple days ago? The Mueller report comes out. Exonerates the President of the United States, okay? Vindicates, not exonerates, vindicates the President of the United States. And they ask him a question. And he can't handle the answers. In fact, he goes as far in one of his answers is saying the world could end. I mean, he's got the world ending over this report. I'm serious, look it up. Beto O'Rourke says after Mueller report comes out, the world could end as we know it. I'm not joking. And after this past weekend, I think Obama's deep state team said, get somebody's ass in there to get him under some control, or we got a problem. Because I'm going to tell you, if they don't do this and start managing this guy, and that's what this lady, I forget her name here, that's what she's sent to do from Obama and the deep state. She is sent to manage him because they have about 30 days of him not knowing what to say, when to say it, and keep flailing his arms, all right, that he's done. I'm telling you, that's why they rushed in now. They're thinking, you know, this kid can't handle a single damn question from anybody without screwing it up. If this is going to be our Barack Obama that comes in vanilla, we need to get in there now and start managing this kid. So that's why they're rushing in. They're sending the team in to manage the kid. All right, that's my opinion. Now, when is the last time you heard Joe Biden's name mentioned? Crickets, right? Now, not that they're not saying Joe Biden, but since the Mueller report came out, have you heard from Biden? Have you heard from Obama? Have you heard from Hillary Clinton? Make an entire list of people you have not heard from that are very quiet. Just be quiet, they're being told. But Joe Biden, is he going to get in the race or not? He would be 80 if elected. Why do you think he was floating his Stacey Abrams, okay, Stacey Abrams campaign, vice presidential candidate on the ticket? Why? Because he's 80. Now, I want you to look this up because it's something, the Mueller report kicked this off the front page of the paper for me because it's my front page. Because, you know, I like to be correct on some things. Remember approximately a week, about 9 days ago, I came on the show and I told you, I said, you know what? What Joe Biden's doing with Stacey Abrams or somebody like that is he's making a deal that he will only run for one term. I said it first, folks, right here, that Joe would only run for one term. I got the proof and video to tell you. After I said that, about 4 days later, look it up, Google Biden's advisors, Joe Biden's advisors are talking to him about maybe coming out and saying he will only seek one term. Check it out. I love being correct. Hey, it's 9:53. It's time for North Georgia's. Now, I've got a lot going on today, all right? I'm going to have the video up a little later this afternoon. Let me make sure, picture-wise, I didn't miss anything I want to show you this morning, okay? I don't see anything right now that I want to show you. Let me see now. CNN has nothing else to do. It is out there today. We need to wait and see exactly what this comes up to. There is talk that number 29, White House backs full Obamacare repeal. That's coming from the Department of Justice. Number 31, health insurance, Department of Justice at CNN urges court to end all of Obamacare. And what do they immediately go to? Number 32, Americans with pre-existing conditions. 52 million people, 27% of non-elderly adults would lose their health care over pre-existing conditions. So that's where they're starting today. You'll hear more about that. I'm your host, BKP. It is now time, right after I get off the air. You stay tuned right here on FYNTV.com for North Georgia's #1 sports show, Instant Replay. And I got a little part in that too. You might want to tune in. We talk about fan and baseball. I'm your host, BKP. Take us out of here, Josh. I will be back tomorrow morning, hopefully a little fresh, with some rest.